In this video, we're going to take a quick overview look at the Articulator section. The Articulator is actually a series of 8 modulation filters. Each filter can modulate tone, pan, volume, cutoff, resonance, speed, and start of a region that the Articulator is assigned to. In this example, I'm going back to my snare region that I have routed to Articulator 2 in the previous video. If you are unsure on how to route a region to one of the 8 articulators, then please refer to the SliceX routing video. The first section of the articulator that the audio passes through is a simple tonal filter. Here you can select either to have a low pass, band stop, and high pass filter. Below these options is to either send the audio through one of the above filters, or even 2 or 3 of the above filters. Once you have your filters set the way you like, let's move on to the velocity controlled sections of the articulator. I'm going to begin with the volume section to create an easier method of understanding the velocity section. Notice as I strike the keys on my MIDI controller, you can see the velocity level, which is how hard I strike the key, displayed as a vertical line across the graph. Depending on how hard I hit the note determines the position. Now when a real drummer plays his drum, obviously the harder he hits them, the louder the drum will be. Along the top of the graph is a horizontal red line. This line gives you the value of the volume at the point where the velocity value is. So by default you can see that the volume remains consistent no matter how hard I hit the note. To make this more realistic, I'm going to reduce the volume of the lower velocity points and leave it full for hard velocity points. This will allow me to control the volume of the snare by how hard I play the note. You can see that this is a consistent upward motion. If we want to make this a little more smoother in terms of the differences in volume, we can edit the shape of the curve. Here most of the notes I play end up on the upper half of the graph. So I'm going to adjust the curve so that most of the volume changes take place after the midpoint of the graph. Now if I wanted to get even more creative, I could put another anchor in the curve to allow even further control. Now I have shown you how to control the volume, you can apply the curve techniques to other sections of the articulator. For example, use velocity to control the panning of the region. Create some flanging or coarse effects by having the note's velocity control the cutoff of the resonance filters. Or even use the velocity to control where the start point of the region is. This could be handy for things like drums, where the soft velocities allow you to skip over the start and transients of the regions to create a softer natural feel. So in this video we started our overview look at the articulators with the filters and velocity section. In the next video, we'll dive a little further into the envelopes and LFO sections of the articulators.